Hello folks, welcome to another Bitcoin market analysis by Inspocrypto. Well, where should I start? I mean, Bitcoin just doing what equities are doing, and that's what I said just a few days ago. That would be worst case, because I don't see at the moment equities going to make new all-time highs, not for the next month, in my opinion. I think we will go and see new, go lower. So if Bitcoin thinks it's a good way to trade, then let's go. So what I'm seeing, it's really crazy. I mean, at the moment we can see that. Oh, well, not related to Bitcoin at the moment. DXY double top, SPX double bottom, SPY double bottom. So they try to push up while relatively nice volume. You see it's declining one, retracing, because they are pushing just because DXY is doing it. So DXY is, once again, sometimes it works, then sometimes it doesn't, but at the moment DXY is the key. So it doesn't matter what DXY is doing, they do the opposite. That's what they are doing at the moment. So absolutely stupid. However, Bitcoin started to push up. It was looking good, and then the trend line just let the, once again, they got rejected, and that's it. So that's the whole story. That's really the whole story. However, I'm not tweeting, I was tweeting such kind of quick overview, market overview, but just because when I see something that would be useful for us, otherwise I'm not going to tweet, because just to tweet for what, I didn't find anything useful today, so let us go forward and check the metrics. I'm not going to make any big initial comment today. Let us see what's happening to the market, if we can find anything useful. And we will start as usual with the weights ratio 30 days moving average. Once again, maybe you are seeing that and you should ask, 18%? Why 18%? I don't know. I don't know what CryptoQuant is doing, but sometimes it works well 3 days in a row, and then they change something, and then the weights ratio is looking completely different. I really don't know, what they are doing, unfortunately. However, we went up and declined very well. It's now once again at, almost 50. It's 40, almost 49, so relatively high. We need to see if it's going to decline now or just going more up, but still indicating they are sending more Bitcoins to centralized exchanges. Also, if we check, for example, what's happening here, unfortunately, it seems, let me check if I can refresh the site. So if we take a look, here we can see, for example, you remember those two dumps usually indicating we should go up, because whales are under control and they want to let the price go up. That's usually what's indicating that. Not happened yet, so sometimes with delay we need to see. However, our weights ratio 1 hour time frame at the moment at 80, and as you see here as well, they started to decline here, usually indicating they want to let the price go up. Now lifting up, they started to lift up a little bit, I would say from here, and matches also here to the price. The weights ratio 30 hours moving average lifted up, it's declining. It's even below 80. So the sell pressure should be not big enough, but enough, of course, including these SPY algos. It seems they are coupled to Bitcoin, pushing the price more down. We had a dump of stablecoin balances on centralized exchanges, and afterwards it went up. Interesting, because afterwards the price went up. They cashed out. That's after they dumped the price. And once again, that was, it seems, a quick profit-making operation. Stablecoin reserves on centralized exchanges started to decline once again, indicating people are cashing out and taking out stablecoins. That's what we are seeing. So I don't see any big change at the moment. I don't see that big amounts of stablecoins are coming in. Of course, they can buy Bitcoins with fiat as well, but you know, it's really difficult to become very bullish here. Just the only thing that looks very bullish at the moment is the price. Price level 16K, that's crazy. We will check later on, not only entities, but something, you know, more informations, like, for example, for material science, their chart as well, because that's also one thing that looks bullish at the moment. So let us go forward. So if we check, for example, right now what Bitcoin inflows are doing, they reduced a lot. So after yesterday, where we received 3,000 Bitcoins, afterwards nothing happened. Even the inflow volume is declining a lot, really a lot. The question is, you know, usually I would say, man, that's a good sign. That's a really good sign. But usually it's only then a good sign if sellers don't have more ammo. So they send less because they don't have more left to sell. So that would be the good scenario. The bad scenario is they are sending less Bitcoins because less Bitcoins are required to sell, to dump the market, or to maintain the current price, indicating the demand is shrinking. Well, usually I would say we can check that. We can check that if we check, for example, the informations related to exchange activity. Less deposit, less withdrawal. So less activity means, of course, less people trading with centralized exchanges, also indicating less demand, of course. So that's the big problem right now, where I can't say what's happening. I just know that balances of centralized exchanges are lifting up, indicating they are still sending more Bitcoins, but even if the inflow activity or inflow volume is declining, means they are selling less, much less. And the price still going down and maintaining 16,400. Very interesting. So we will see what's going to happen. Inflow activity, mostly the net flow would be on part of inflows instead of outflows. But you know, we need to see. However, as mentioned, I didn't find any big inflows. I mean, we received here, and that was, for example, a thing where I said that was a preparation here. I missed that yesterday evening. This one here doesn't correlate with the outflows, indicating they sent more stable coins to push up the price, and that's what happened. So that's something we need to see. Otherwise, it correlates, even with little gap, but it correlates. You know, we had 177 million stablecoins inflow here, but at the same time 346 million outflows. At the same time, we had here almost 600 million inflows and 300 million outflows. So they used this 300 million, it seems, to push up here. But as you see, They're just triggering sells, and afterwards they pushed down and they cashed out. I mean, you know, that's what they are indicating. So selling the way up and cashing out. Oh, it's nice. They are making good money, I guess. So let us go forward. So related to futures, it's still the same. I mean, open interest lifting up a little bit, but you know, it's maintained its low level. Leverage ratio, yeah, I mean, it's going up, but also not that big, and even funding rate maintains relatively neutral. So nothing. It looks like someone just turned off the light, and that's it. That's how it feels at the moment. Even here related to bitcoins, the biggest one was, I mean, it's I wow. We had 6,000, 8,000, 9,000 bitcoins at once to derivative exchanges. Right now, the maximum 2K, the maximum. That's what we see. Even here related to stablecoins and futures, we had 300, 500, 600 millions. At the moment, nothing. Really, absolutely flat. Yeah, we can see here what the open interest is doing. The aggregated one even indicating it's declining once again. I mean, leverage ratio lifting up, but not big at all. And funding rate, you know, maintaining that level here. It's, you know, also here, nothing happening. Confirmed with different sources. Once again, also here, Binance, it's exactly the same. Absolutely nothing happening. Blockchain whispers. Well, let us refresh the site, and at the same time, we can hear start Binance request. No, I don't want that. Wow. Okay. The Kingfisher is down. Once again, it seems. Yeah. No data. I don't know if it's going to show anything. I don't think it's going to do it. But let him load. Yeah, well, it 60 to 40 maintains the same level, long short ratio. So nothing happening here. Even here on Bitfinex, 145 million. So it maintains like yesterday. Only related to Ethereum, 50-50. I mean, that's really healthy, in my opinion, 50-50. Of course, at 16,000, usually I would say 60 to 40 makes sense, but, you know, bulls, I don't know what bulls are doing. Okay, and the Kingfisher is not working. Yeah, so that's unfortunately it. Let us go forward. So, what is Binance doing? Well, as you see, market actors here selling, market sells. They are just preferred to sell at the moment. Doesn't matter. They didn't sell even more here. They don't care. They are just selling, while entities with, you know, less than 10 bitcoins are just making one all-time high after the next one. So the big question is, who is selling? It seems not retailers. So if we check here, for example, that's Bitfinex, and you know, I mean, Bitfinex pushed up very nice, even not big, and right now maintaining even a little bit, looking like distribution. If we check Kraken, both here sold, both sold. So yeah, making quick profit. Nothing big happening here as well. If we check here, we see that Bybit, for example, lifted up very nice and afterwards declined a lot, lifting up once again. Nothing big, absolutely not. If we check, for example, Coinbase, even strange a little bit because Coinbase is the main buyer. They purchased here, very nice, maintained, reduced, and now maintaining here, so nothing big as well here. And yeah, Bitstamp, really, Bitstamp is bullish, extremely bullish. So they are not really distributing, or it seems the CBD is almost positive, indicating they're making more market buys than market sells. So let us go forward. Let us check what the entities are doing. Retailers up. Retailers up. These guys here up, but you know, not that big, but still up. That's a good thing. These guys here, well, as mentioned, they love, you know, to make quick profit, quick operations, buy the dip, sell upper price levels. The market maker entity distributing, they are still reducing their balances without any, gap in wallet counts. So they are reducing balances, and these guys here also reducing, while mainly here indicating that retailers are buying and absorbing partly, what big guys are just leaving there. Even I know that also big guys are buying. We will check that. However, I don't know who is behind of this. Maybe exchanges are buying just, I mean, to maintain a little bit positive sentiment in the market, but I really can't say if they are doing it or not. Let me refresh the site here. So we will check the fund flows of the market maker entities if we can find anything useful. But first of all, that's from Material Science. You can find their chart here, in my opinion, very useful, and their Telegram account. And we will see that retailers, for example, they are orange, or at least low volume orders triggered. And we have here orders with $1,000 to $10,000 and $100 to 1K. So usually that means our retailers, usually, but also algos, I think. However, retailers indicating pushing up, while, for example, others, these guys here with orders 10,000 to 100,000, you see what they are doing. It's pure distribution what they are doing at the same time. Like these guys here, 100,000 to 1 million, they were distributing all the way down, bounced a little bit. That's what they did. So nothing big. The only thing that's really bullish, in my opinion, is to see those who are placing big orders or triggering big orders, 1 million to 10 million, because they started to push up here, then they declined and then pushed up once again. So if we check the market, they started to push up here, then they started to distribute, and then they started to push up once again. The question is, that looks like a little bit they are going to do something like this here. Wasn't expecting that, to be honest, so we will see. We will check. We have here big sell order, and we don't have even such a big buy order at 15.5, for example. So we will see what's going to happen. At the moment, it looks like we are not done yet, but So now we are back to the fund flow. So just to explain a little bit, we can see here the entity. So the balances of this entity here. So wallets with 1,000 to 10,000 Bitcoins. And if they send Bitcoins, for example, out of their wallets, we should see them here. And usually when you see that they are moving Bitcoins, usually they send those Bitcoins to centralized exchanges or to OTC, and afterwards usually the price dumps. Like here, for example, we had that once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, and down, because they are accumulating and then push down the price. Looks more, I mean, it's just entities. We don't know who is behind. Miners could be, for example, OTCs. We really don't know. But every time these guys were the best, absolutely the best, and trade behavior and the market drivers. So in my opinion, they are still the market drivers. And still also the biggest entity with 4,630,000 bitcoins. The second big one would be with 4,370,000 are these guys here. They have 10 to 100 bitcoins in their wallets. And that's everything. If we check, we don't need that here. We see that's the whole market activity. We have here, transactions count, deposit, withdrawals, or addresses. Addresses are much more important for the activity, to be honest. Just to see how many actors are actively trading. If we just want to see how much activity the market has in general, then exchange depositing transaction or exchange withdrawing transactions are much more helpful, because I can buy, sell every 5 minutes, then I should appear in that transaction count. Like futures. So both are still declining more and more and more and more. If we were here, now we are here. It's really crazy. Minus at the moment not doing anything, absolutely anything. So I just wanted to see, because this index wasn't appearing, but I just want to see, for example, here, what's happening to their reserves. So reserves pushed up, afterwards declined, means a little bit they mined bitcoins and they sold directly afterwards. Only here they reduced their balances. So, and it seems, in my opinion, it was partly why the price declined. So they pushed very hard from 21,000 then to 16k, it seems. At least the reserves correlates very well in timing. So yeah, that's what we see, but nothing have changed here yet. So, and that's it. Centralized exchanges not doing anything. Yeah, that's absolutely it. So let us go forward. So on Coinbase, we see nothing have changed. Absolutely nothing. The only thing I see here, someone is protecting 12,000. They have removed liquidity at 12.6, even here 12.2, and now concentrating its liquidity at that area here at 12,000. Also very interesting. Otherwise, we still have here at 17k and at 15.5. Limitations, not protections, but limitations. Derivative futures, nothing, really absolutely nothing. Waiting here at 13.7, but nothing big. Bitstamp still waiting there with its sandwich at 14, between 14 and 13k. Yeah, and that's it. The next sell order would be at 19.8, or here at 17, but not big, absolutely not big. The next one at 15k, so absolutely nothing changed here as well. Binance here waiting at 17.6 with almost 2000, well, yeah, 2000 bitcoins. At the same time, also limiting the way down with 800 bitcoins at the moment at 15.5. So 15.5 and 17.6. It's at least related to that here, where they removed liquidity once again. It looks like, very solid at the moment. So if we want to try, if we want to trade, we know that, we can go up, we can go down, but we know we have almost 2000 bitcoins waiting here, almost 1000 bitcoins waiting here. So usually the price would make such kind of moves. I mean, we had today one data that was the CB consumer confidence, and they forecasted 100 and we did 100.2. So not that bad, but tomorrow Wednesday is going to be very painful. ADP, non-farm employment change, GDP, jobs opening, and Fed Chair Powell speaks. Okay. And Thursday, core PCE price index, so inflation, initial jobless claims, and even manufacturing PMI could be very interesting. And Friday, because, we have a really crazy week in front of us, non-farm payrolls and unemployment rate. So a lot of data that should create some volatility. We will see if that's going to happen. At least that would explain why they are, preparing such kind of levels and limitations. Bitfinex waiting at 15.8 at the moment. A lot here, sell orders and more to the upside, but everything else, that's it. Nothing big at all. OKEX spot, nothing. Kraken now waiting at 15.6 and 15, and that's it. Also here we see so it's hitting 17k, also relatively nice sell orders at the same time. Bitget, so nothing is looking like they are accumulating big to initiate the next bull run or Christmas rally or something. It doesn't look like. It really doesn't look like. It just looks like they are quick accumulating to make such kind of distribution pump, exit pump. Not sure it, but that's how it looks like. So BitMEX, not sure. It seems that it's 16.6 and 16.2, but that's it. Binance futures, more longs than shorts at the moment, between 15.8 and 16.9. Otherwise, still a lot of shorts waiting here to get triggered. I don't know who is expecting at 6,000. I really don't know, but well, why not? So Bitfinex derivatives, nothing. Interesting that they shorted here. Wow, that was big. That was really big. Bitfinex. Kraken futures, they are mainly shorting, it seems. OKEX futures, longing instead. OKEX swap, they are finally, it seems, buying Bitcoin at the moment. And Bybit USDT pair, yeah, nothing special here. Okay, and that's it.